out of bed, go. Get up, again, they got go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
That was the Amazon bird. That, for anyone who has been watching the show, that's the Amazon bird. That's the Amazon bird. There are a lot of other birdies. I saw Sheldon made this. There are a lot of other birdies. All right, let's get into it. So Bitcoin pump continues to gain momentum. You can see that now, not only is the pump continuing with a slight pullback, but now we're also getting volume. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for volume. When we can convince ourselves that this Bitcoin pump is real, it may be time to look at alts. And if we are looking at alts, then the question is, where are we looking for alts? What are the trends that we need to be looking out for? That is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be helping you decide whether it's safe to get into alts. And then, which alts? Which trends? Everyone's saying they doxed Freddie. Not Freddie. That's Jimmy, the sound guy. That's Jimmy, the sound guy. All right, let's get into it. We've got a massive show to do this afternoon. First of all, Freddie's waving me down here. Jimmy's waving me down here. Jimmy says, we're hiring. Yes, we are hiring. We need 12 content writers. So we need 12 content writers for our website. We need 12 of you, but we need 12 people that are experienced in crypto. We are looking to hire people all around the world. So no matter where you are in the world, if you want to join the Banter fam, this is one place. For the new people, I mean, there's a lot of new people in the chat and they're like, what's with the dead bird? Well, if you are new to our channel, welcome to Crypto Banter. This place is not for sissies. Is that a word? Sissies. This is not for weekends. This is for strong diamond hands with conviction, because this is where you come if you want to actually get calls. If you want to get speculation on where the market's going. We're not going to hold back. We're not the station to hold back. And sometimes we make amazing calls, but when the market turns against us, sometimes we make some bad calls. But this is the play. Fred, what are you doing? We'll address the Amazon bird in a second. Anyway, this is where we go. This is where you come to because you want the latest and greatest fundamental reviews. You want to know about trends before they happen. You want to get inside information from good birds. This is where you want to come. So if you're new to our family, welcome. We welcome everybody with open arms. It's myself, the sniper, Jimmy, the sound guy, and Freddie.
What's up?
Okay, sniper, I want to see your screen.
Yes.
I thought you were playing Splinterlands.
That's under maintenance. I was under maintenance.
Splinterlands under maintenance. Okay. Okie dokie. We will talk to you in a second. So welcome. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, tell everybody that we are live on the stream, and that is because YouTube have been giving us a real hard time. You guys saw they blocked our super chat function, which means that you couldn't super chat us, but now you can super chat us, which is amazing. What else? Oh, the NFT giveaways. Get this. If you are a subscriber to our channel and you like this video and you make a lot of noise in the comments, you will win, or you can win, a Astro Friends NFT. Well, look at this. So they've actually now sent me the Astro Friends NFTs, and I want to show this to you because it's amazing to think that this is what we're giving our community. So these are the ones that we're giving the community. And you can see that we gave away 9931, the first one, then we gave away 9932, then 9933. Earlier on today, we gave away 9934. And we are now giving away this show today, we're giving away 9935. But get this, Astro Friends number 9931, which is that bull over there, the green one, is a very, very rare one. It's one of like the real special ones. So I don't know who got that, but whoever it was, do you remember who it was? It was Sham Sham. Was it Sham Sham? Okay, we think it was Sham Sham. So Sham Sham, you got 9931. There's 9932, 9933, 9934, 9935. 9935, this army suit character. This is the one that we're giving away this show. So if you want 9935, like, subscribe, only like, subscribe. The other reason why you should subscribe, I mean, don't show the artwork. Don't show the artwork. The artwork is, what is that artwork? Is because you can win Sheldinos bags. Yeah, you can. You can win Sheldinos bags. How does it work? Well, we got $10,000 from Fred, Jimmy. So we got $10,000 from Coin Panel, and we are investing that in bags. And Sheldon is going to trade those bags. And when we get to 500,000 subscribers, we give that bag to our community. So again, more and more and more giving to this community. Remember, all you need to do is subscribe to our channel, like, make noise in the comments, be involved, be part of the family. You want to talk about being involved, being part of the family. This is, let me show you. This was made by Eugene. Eugene is a community member of ours. He reached out to me. He said, look, I make videos. He made this for the community. How cool is that? Just made by a member of the community who's got animation skills. So amazing. What else? Before we start the show. Okay, so the Amazon birdie's dead. Gone. No more Amazon birdie. Gave bad information. End of Amazon birdie. But there are a whole lot of other birdies. And the birdies have got amazing information for us today about Solana, about Cardano. Even Arweave. I don't know if you saw, but Sheldon made this. Sheldinos. Gonna kick his ass. Between him and Fred, sometimes, I don't know. I wonder if they're working with us or against us. All right, let's look at the news today. So the Bitcoin... Sheldon, can I have a Bitcoin chart, please? Sheldon, Splinterlands. All right, so the Bitcoin pump is gaining momentum. Today we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin pump and why it's gaining momentum. And I don't think that this is about what you think, why the Bitcoin pump is gaining momentum. We're also going to be talking about the XRP news. Yes, there is news on XRP. We're going to be talking about the Senate hearings and what Elizabeth Warren had to say and how the crypto community has responded to what the Senate community had to say. And then we're going to assess, we're going to decide whether it's indeed safe to start investing just beyond Bitcoin, because we do know that Bitcoin has exploded. We know that it had massive upside. We know that Bitcoin dominance has really exploded. The question is whether it's safe enough to start buying altcoins now. And if you are going to buy altcoins, then it really is all about identifying narratives, because crypto is a market of narratives. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at what the main narratives happening in the crypto markets are, what we think the narratives are in August and September, and how you should position yourself. Now, it's a big show today, but again, it's only a big show if you do have big boy pants and you can take your own responsibility, and you're not going to cry if all of a sudden these prices go down. Remember, we said that we're happy to give you the calls. We're happy to tell you what we are doing and why we are doing what we're doing. But ultimately, then it comes to you guys to be able to make your own decisions and to decide whether or not you want to follow what we're doing and whether you want to follow the calls. I guess that's what it's about, right, Freddie? Okay, so let's get into the Elizabeth. Oh, fuck, I hate this woman. Jeez, I hate this woman. Fucking, hold on. Americans, can we just talk about this? Why is it that all your presidents and all the people that are in Congress are 95 years old in the shade? I don't get it. Like, you have Biden, who's like 172 years old. You have Nancy Pelosi, who should have retired about 442 years ago. You have people like Elizabeth Warren. Is that You're a country of like 360 million people. Are those really the best people that you can elect to help us progress to the future? Seriously? I mean, just listen to Elizabeth Warren talking at the Senate committee hearings yesterday. These are the words of a conniving, ignorant, she calls herself a progressive. Pretty bit.
They have the capacity here to manipulate the system. You know, that sounds to me like a lousy trade-off. Instead of leaving our system, our financial system, at the whims of giant banks, crypto puts the system at the whims of some shadowy, faceless group of super coders and miners, which doesn't sound better to me.
I mean, really, is that the best you can do to knock crypto? She definitely, she is. She's, you know, she is 9935 years old. She really is 9935 years old. She carried on yesterday at the Senate committee hearings on crypto, and she carried on bashing crypto. Let's listen to what she had to say.
The giant banks have created huge problems, but I'm not convinced that crypto is the solution. In fact, crypto could be even more dangerous for consumers, more dangerous for the environment, and more dangerous for the stability of our financial system. That is why yesterday I sent a letter to Secretary Yellen in her capacity as head of the Financial Stability Oversight Council to urge her to lead our regulators in developing a comprehensive and coordinated approach to regulating cryptocurrency.
Oh, seriously. I mean, have you got nothing better to do? She's driving this agenda of the US CBDC because when the US issues a central bank digital currency, which is a digital dollar, but probably a little bit more improved, it's going to give the regulators full control over your money. They're going to be able to tax you immediately when you spend from your wallet. They want to create a central bank digital currency that controls what people do and allows governments to decide where you spend and when they take their taxes. That's a very, very, very dangerous game. What they don't understand is that the reason why we're all in crypto is because we want to decentralize governments. We want to disintermediate governments. We want to take away the power from people who are 9,935 years old. I did say that, 9,935 years old. We want to take away the power from those people, and we want the power ourselves. And no central bank digital currency is going to do that. Anyway, my rant over. But she did anger the whole crypto community, and amongst the people that were angered was my good friend Mike Novogratz, and this is what he had to say on CNBC.
It's disappointing. Elizabeth Warren is 72. I haven't met anyone, or very few people over 70 that actually get this, right? She's a baby boomer, right? We had 3 presidents, Bush, Clinton, Trump, all baby boomers who have run this country for a long time. Our country has deficits that we couldn't fathom, right? So if you're Gen Z or millennial, you're looking up and saying, hey, the baby boomers have not done a great job as stewards of the economy. They've been in power a long time. And so the crypto revolution came from Gen Z and millennials as a response to people like Elizabeth Warren. It was disappointing. She was supercilious. She was smug, really disappointing that she hadn't done any work. This is a progressive technology. She's supposed to be a progressive, right? Crypto goes after the rent takers. If you look at DeFi, if you look at the NFT revolution, it's going to empower artists and creators over the people that used to make money off their backs. And so really frustrating and disappointing. It just tells us, a Galaxy, and us as a crypto community, we need to do a much better job going to DC and educating people.
I don't think you need to do a better job educating people. I think you need to do a better job electing people, because if these are the people that you are electing, that's exactly what's going to happen. And I think that it's embarrassing that in 2021, this is how politicians are talking. Some countries are embracing Bitcoin and other countries, well, doing exactly this. Elizabeth Warren responded to Mike Novogratz on CNBC today. Let's listen to what she said.
Do you want to put on now in the same kind of breath that we would have had a conversation about should have we regulated the internet more or not in the 1990s?
You know, you might look at this another way. Look at the lesson from history about when do we regulate drugs? As long as people can sell snake oil, it turns out that nobody really invested in having good drugs that were safe and that helped people. And once we really had an FDA that stood up and that said, you know what, we're going to test these drugs before they go on the market. We're going to assure the public that they are safe, then look what happened. We got a whole lot more investment and obviously a much bigger market that helped the entire world. I don't want to wait until a whole lot of people, a whole lot of small investors, a whole lot of small traders have been completely wiped out. I think rules of the road that are there at the beginning that people say, you know, we got a cop on the beat, give people a lot of confidence, and they mean that the bad actors know, hey, somebody's watching out and we can't keep pushing frauds on people.
Comparing Bitcoin to drugs, is that really what it's about? And, you know, I must agree with that. I do think that the US needs to regulate Bitcoin. We need regulatory clarity, because when we have regulatory clarity, then at least we know where we're operating, and then at least all this gray area and everything else moves away. This talk of legislation, this lack of clarity on legislation is making the industry less fun, and specifically for the good actors in the industry. Let me just see. I think it looks like there's a birdie that's calling me. Is it me that the birdie's calling? Sounds crazy that there's a birdie calling me. Hold on, let's have a look here. Hold on, let's see what's going on here. Aha, it was a birdie. It was a birdie. All right. So yeah, it's making the industry less fun. And we did see an announcement yesterday by Binance that says that CZ, who has done more for cryptocurrency than most people in the world today, in fact, I think he's one of the most important people in crypto, suggests that he's ready to step down from the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. He's ready to step down as the CEO. And it's no wonder that he does, because what he said is, he said, we're very open to a new CEO as the industry is becoming a more regulated financial entity. Now, CZ is your typical entrepreneur. And for him, it's fun to build businesses and to grow user bases and to innovate. But now what's starting to happen is that I'm sure that most of his days are spent dealing with regulators. And there's a regulator about this and there's a regulator about that. And as an entrepreneur, that's not fun. That's not what you want to do. You want to be innovating. You want to be changing the world. And sadly, what I think may actually happen is that you will lose one of the biggest visionaries in the world as a CEO, and you'll lose many of these as a CEO, because there is so much regulatory unclarity, and CEOs in big positions in big companies like exchanges and wallets and custodians are going to spend their days all day long dealing with the regulators. And that's not what real CEOs want to do. You can see the same thing is happening with Ripple. Ripple have got a business to run. And they're spending so much time on this SEC, beating this SEC, speaking to lawyers, time, money, effort, energy. And today, we did get an announcement from Ripple. And I told you guys I would check it out. So what was this announcement actually about? Well, Ripple have done a partnership in Japan, which is a partnership with SBI Remit, the largest money transfer provider in Japan. And they're teaming up with mobile payments, coins.ph, to transform, and SBI VC Trade to transform the remittance from Japan to the Philippines using on-demand liquidity. And this is saying that they're going to provide faster and cheaper remittances using the XRP token and RippleNet to help people in the Philippines with remittances. I do think this is a big announcement. And, you know, I'm quite skeptical of XRP. It's not my favorite token because I think they could have done a lot more with the token. But this is a big announcement because Philippines is one of the countries that loses the most money to remittances, because people leave the Philippines to go and get work elsewhere in the region, and then they need to remit the money back. The same problem in Africa, and I think the same problem in large parts of South America. And so for Ripple, this is actually, for XRP, this is actually quite huge. And it's no wonder that the token price of XRP actually started to move up. Maybe Sheldon's got a chart for us of XRP. Let's see, no, do you have an XRP chart for us?
I'll get one for you quickly, buddy, no problem. Let's get one there. XRP. There we go. So it's big, but it's not obviously a massive move, but good volume. We finally got some good volume, and we've broken downwards trend. So good signs.
I'm seeing 50% in a week. I don't know where I'm looking. How I'm looking at this chart is 40% in a week.
Well, if we have a look, anywhere it would go was to at least that trend line. So that's big. So anywhere from there, we can see we nearly pulled back into our buy zone we spoke about this morning. 50, 60% definitely.
Alrighty, so that is the XRP story. And I mean, again, XRP has got this cloud over its head. It's dealing with the SEC, and they need regulatory clarity. And I do think that if there's any party that has a very, very, very good chance of beating the SEC, having watched this case and having brought you guys some coverage of this case, I do think that XRP or Ripple certainly have a huge chance of winning against the SEC, which is amazing because it will set a precedent with the SEC. Up until now, the SEC has bullied big or smaller token companies by saying, we've got unlimited legal resource. We will put you into litigation that will break you, like they did with Kick and Keen. And Ripple kind of said, no. We're not taking this. We're going to fight you till the bitter end. And every time that they go to court, it looks like XRP are winning the court case. What else? Okay, so that's the stories of the day. I do want to talk to you guys about what I think the biggest story of the day is. Freddie says, don't forget Stoner Cats. Yes, Freddie. We bought Stoner Cats to them yesterday. Remember we bought Stoner Cats to you guys? Well, it sold out in 40 minutes. Which other channel brings people such up-to-the-minute news? We bought you Stoner Cats. We bought you this whole video gaming thing. Yeah, they did send the gas prices to the roof. That's the problem with Ethereum. Well, I'm glad that they are fixing that. Alrighty, let's talk about the big story of the day. And that is, of course, Bitcoin. And if we look at the Bitcoin chart right now with our friend, the Sniper, what do you see, Sniper Man?
We're getting to that big trend, buddy. So, we've been talking about this big daily trend. We are getting to that crucial point. So I'm still seeing a little bit higher from Bitcoin for now. We obviously have that trend line. When we break that trend line, we know it can come down. But I know at some point we are going to have a pullback. Interesting thing is we haven't had a 7-day in a row like this for a very long time. Even the previous run, we had a few days, but there was always red candles in between. And yeah, we have had a continuation of just green. So I actually went back for a while. I haven't seen it a day like this, a week like this for a very long time. So it's good. The main thing is volume is starting to slow down. So there will be a pullback at some point. I do think a little bit higher, hoping the 42 to the 43.
Show me volume.
There we go. Volume. Trailing down.
But we do have volume. I mean, this is more volume than we've had in a long time. Now, show me dominance.
Exactly. Dominance in Bitcoin's favor. This is why I'm still bullish with Bitcoin now, because the dominance wouldn't be breaking such big structure if there wasn't a purpose behind it, my opinion. And obviously trading with this and understanding it, this is a big sign. So what we can see very clearly is dominance is with Bitcoin. Markets turn bullish, Bitcoin turns bullish, dominance is going up. The alts are obviously running with Bitcoin, but not outperforming. But if there's any pullback, so you can see now we have a resistance over here, and we have a resistance over here for the dominance. And anytime we have a pullback from the dominance is when I see a pullback in the market. So you can see that there's still room to go to the upward side. But in the pullback stage, if Bitcoin has any pullback, dominance is in favor of the alts. So the alts won't bleed as much because they haven't been growing as much. So that makes sense. We're starting to get a clear picture, which is good.
So I'm going to show you exactly what this is about, but I need you guys to do me a favor. So I can see that there's 6,000 of you here and there's only 2,000 likes. Now, watch this. This is a game that we can play. Smash the like button now, and I guarantee you that within 5 minutes of you guys smashing the like button, the number of viewers on the stream grows to 6,000, 6,500. And that is because you guys smashed the like button. So if you're here, do it. Help us get this content out there. I see there's 2,100 likes. Go. 2,200. Come on, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's get more likes. And if we get more likes, we're going to get more people watching the stream. We work hard like mofos to bring you the most amazing content, free NFTs, Sheldinos bags. We're asking you for one favor. Smash that like button.
Have you given away that 9935 yet?
9935 is coming when we get 5,000 likes.
5,000 likes. I agree.
When we get 5,000 likes, that's when we give away 9935. And let me tell you, 9935 is a beast. I mean, it's a bullish beast, but it's a beast. I'll show you. Let me show you. Ultra rare. There we go. That's 9935 over there. That's the man. 9935.
Okay, I'm going to go smash the like. Hopefully I get it. That looks cool.
Okay, go and smash that like. Okay, so what we do see is we see the Bitcoin momentum gaining, the Bitcoin rally gaining momentum, gaining volume. We see that the momentum is back, and we see that the FOMO is back. And I know that everybody's talking about whether or not the whales are buying, and they're looking at the metrics, the grayscale metrics, showing that, whales are topping up on Bitcoin, and whales are buying more Bitcoin. Now, I've said to you guys a few times that for me, the fact that whales are buying Bitcoin is not exciting. And I've told you why, because whales typically accumulated their Bitcoin when Bitcoin was very cheap. Some of them accumulated Bitcoin at $10, at $200, at $100, at $5. And they've been buying Bitcoin for years. And these whales have drunk the Kool-Aid. They like Bitcoin already. By getting more of them buying, either we know that they're gearing the market up for market manipulation, which is definitely a factor, or we just know that people that have drank the Kool-Aid are actually buying more Bitcoin. That's what we know. But that's not the exciting part. For me, what's exciting is when new money comes into the market, specifically institutional money, and starts buying Bitcoin. Because no matter how much money the whales have, they don't have as much as the institutions that manage most of the money in the world today. So when I see the big whale wallets buying Bitcoin, that doesn't excite me nearly half as much as when I see new big institutions putting their money into Bitcoin. And I said to you guys at the beginning of this bear market, I said to you guys, the problem with this bear market is that this bear market was driven by grayscale. No matter where you look, you can see that the biggest buyer in the bull market, the one buyer that created the entire bull market was grayscale. They started buying and buying and buying, and you can see that the price of Bitcoin peaked more or less where they stopped buying and started slowly selling just to cover the expenses of the fund. So what we know is that this bull market was actually driven by institutional investors getting into Bitcoin. And where do the institutional investors buy Bitcoin? They buy grayscale. And I said this to you guys for a long time. Every single analyst was looking at the on-chain metrics to determine when we were going to break out of the bear market or the bear cycle. And I say to you guys that I don't think that they're looking at the right metrics, because the only metric that actually counts is this one metric over here, which is the grayscale discount and the grayscale premium. The grayscale premium or discount, in the times when grayscale were buying aggressively on behalf of the institutions, the grayscale premium, the grayscale discount was actually a premium, and it was a very high premium, which meant that there was a lot of demand for GBTC shares, which is the shares that the institutions would typically prefer to hold. Because remember, the institutions don't want to hold Bitcoin. They want to hold a share that resembles Bitcoin or that holds Bitcoin. And GBTC is the biggest buyer in the world. And I said to you guys that when the GBTC premium starts to close, that is when you know that the institutional buyers are actually buying Bitcoin. That's exactly what happened. A few days ago, I told you to buy the GBTC shares at a negative 15%. And today, that same GBTC share is trading at a 6% discount, which means that there's a whole lot more demand for these GBTC shares. I also told you to follow the smart money. I told you that if ARK, Kathy Wood, is buying, and she bought 400,000 shares, which is over $100 million worth of Bitcoin at 30,000, that should be your first cue to start getting in. We then saw JP Morgan. JP Morgan came into the market and said, we're the first big bank, and also, by the way, the biggest big bank in the United States. And we're now opening crypto to our entire client base. And we're doing it on 4 are offered by Grayscale Investments. So mainly GBTC. Then we have other funds coming into the market. $7 billion Horizon Kinetics has allocated 10% of its Paradigm Fund to the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. And that is why I said to you guys, and my thesis still remains, that right now, the biggest indicator that we need to be looking at is the Grayscale premium. And when the Grayscale premium starts to close, we know that there's institutional demand and there's institutional FOMO. And if there's institutional FOMO and institutional demand, if this premium keeps closing, then we know that this bull market will continue. So this is the only indicator that you need to watch to know whether or not this bull market is going to continue or not continue. Let's hope that this discount closes and that Grayscale actually start buying Bitcoin instead of selling Bitcoin. You can see in the last 30 days, they've sold 1,141 Bitcoin. In the last week, they've sold 250 Bitcoin. In the last 24 hours, they've sold 35 Bitcoin. So there's only one indicator we need to look at, and that is the Grayscale indicator. The Grayscale indicator. It hasn't let us down as yet. And whereas there were thousands of on-chain analysts all making predictions based on what money is moving to what wallets, the only indicator that was right was the one that Uncle Run and his birdies told you. And so let's keep watching this indicator. Shut up. Let's keep watching this indicator. Let's keep watching Grayscale, because the real money that's going to drive this bull market is institutional capital. It's not retail money. It's not small wallets that are being opened. It's institutional capital, which is going to come through Grayscale. They started this bull market. They ran this bull market. And now they are FOMOing into the market again. And I've just showed you that. So that is what we're going to be looking at. You got it. Okay, so if you believe, and we're not telling you that you should believe, we're saying if you believe, they put a man on the... No. Okay, so if you believe they put... Oh, Sheldon Splinterlands is back online. Hold on. Sheldon, I've got to get you all this. Sheldon Splinterlands is back.
Sweet.
Should we have a quick game? Maybe refresh.
We must actually play a game, Run. We're back online, buddy.
So let's play.
Who's gonna play? Me and you?
I don't have.
Where's our arena actually? Where's our arena? I need to get that. We need to get that game happening.
Arena, join the game now and let's play. I mean, go Sheldon. So Sheldon, start playing. We'll join you in your game. Find someone to play against, and then we'll join you. We're going to watch you play Splinterlands because people need to understand how addictive these games actually are.
Sweet, buddy.
All right, let's do it. All right, so if you believe our thesis that the bull market it may be here to stay and that we are approaching a 2013 type double bull market narrative, which is going to be powered by the institutions, then perhaps the right move is to start looking beyond Bitcoin. Because what I said earlier is I believe that Bitcoin will run, the dominance will hit 50% or 51%. And then what I believe is going to happen is that altcoins are going to start to run because people are going to have enough confidence in the market. Now, we know that this market is all about narratives. Crypto is all about narratives. If you invest in the right narrative at the right time, you can make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percent. And in fact, you can make real life-changing money, amazing life-changing money. So the idea in crypto is to find the right narratives. The first bull market was started by DeFi. Then we had NFTs. Then we had decentralized exchanges or DEXs. What else? We had layer twos. We had that whole bull run that was run by Matic and BSC, and that's when Matic and Binance Pay ran out. And you can see that crypto is actually all about the narratives. We told you a few weeks ago that the narrative is NFT gaming. We bought you a whole lot of NFT gaming tokens. We bought you, do we have that tile of all the amazing narrative, all the amazing NFT tokens we bought the community in the last week? We bought you Axie Infinity at $18. We bought you Alien Worlds at $13. We bought you Splinterlands at 15 cents. We bought you Super Farm, which, by the way, you would have made like 200%, 100% on, almost 200% on. And the reason why we do that is because we're comfortable enough to judge our ability to select the right narratives. And we saw this narrative happening, and we said, look, we have a community of people who are responsible, and we are willing to put our neck out and make recommendations. Because, I mean, you can watch other channels, and then you'll keep hearing stuff about like Bitcoin and whales accumulating and other stuff. But it's not about that. It's about having the conviction to nail a narrative, right? Like conviction is the word. We have conviction. Now, we may be wrong, but if we are right, when we are right, we do well. We just showed people that, right? That Jimmy the Sun guy says yes. Okay. So we identified the video gaming narrative, And we still think that the play to earn NFT gaming narrative is a monster narrative that's only just started. So I'm not going to tell you whether it's the right time to get in and what you should be getting into. I have showed you what we're getting into. We got into Axie, we got into Fairyland, we're in Sandbox, we're in TLM or Trillium or Alien Games. We're in Ghost, which is the Avagotchi game. We obviously are in Splinterlands. And I've always said to you guys that I don't want you guys to ever write off Elio, because remember that what Elio is doing is Superfarm. And Superfarm has a video game studio, which Elio, one of the smartest people in the world, is working on. And not only that, it also has full NFT marketplaces, minting, etc., etc. And that token, we've told you, since 35 cents, and now it's at 83 cents. And I don't know, I think it still has a lot of legs. In fact, I think it's only just started. We also showed you that if you want to invest in an index, you should be investing in, I think it's called, was it called MVI? MVI. And this is for people who believe that all these gaming tokens are going to go up, but don't know exactly which ones to invest in. Well, invest in the Metaverse Index token, and then you can benefit from the ups and downs of the whole industry. And we spoke about that yesterday. Another big trend is NFTs. I think we saw generation 1 of NFTs launch earlier this year, when Eternity launched and when Rarible launched and whatever else. And I think that now what we're seeing is, and Bondly and all those other guys launched, I think now what we're starting to see is generation 2 of NFTs. And if you want to invest in NFTs, what you should look at is you should look at the innovation in NFTs. So one place that you should be looking is potentially the exchanges. Now, we know that the biggest NFT exchange out there is OpenSea, but you can't invest in OpenSea. And Recent just did, and they did it on a valuation of 1.5 billion. Well done. Good boy, Freddie. Jimmy. So exchanges. And if you are going to look at exchanges, we're investors, again, investors. We invested in an exchange called Uniquely. And we like Uniquely because Multicoin Capital are big investors, but because it's created an NFT type exchange with that really looks and feels like a Uniswap. And they are building a whole lot of new tools around it, allowing people to do ETFs and a whole lot of other things around NFTs. But the idea is to look for these plays. We also invested in another small one. I don't even know if I should mention, because these degens will go and look for it. Okay, it's not even launched. So it's not even launched. Okay, not even launched. It's not launched. I'm not going to talk about it. Talk about it. No. Okay. We did invest in a small project called Spores. I'm not telling you to buy it. I think it launches sometime this week. But again, what I'm saying to you guys is, think about the narrative. The narrative is NFT gaming. The narrative is NFTs. The narratives, there's a whole lot of other big narratives that you could be investing in. And that's exactly what crypto is about. Crypto is about narratives. Invest in the narratives. If you can look one step forward and see what the narrative is going to be in a month from now, and start taking your bets now and have conviction about your narrative, you'll make money. Those people over there that had conviction around NFT gaming made a lot of money. Like Jimmy, the sound guy. Jimmy made a lot of money because he had conviction about NFT gaming. We had conviction as a channel, and we gave you a whole lot of calls. And if you followed those calls, you made a whole lot of money. The idea behind crypto is to try and identify the narratives. And if you can identify the narratives early, and then you've got some balls, and you can invest early enough and not be a chicken shit, then you will make money. You got to do it responsibly. I'm not telling you to ape in. I'm telling you guys to put stop losses. Do it with a very small part of your portfolio. But the idea is to identify the narratives. And so, as usual, what we did, we prepared a little chart for you. Freddie, this is where you put up the chart of the next narratives. These are the 5 next crypto narratives that we think are going to hit the market. NFT games are happening right now. The next narrative, which we think is about to start, is real NFT innovation. So where can you get in around NFT innovation? Is it OpenSea? Is it Charged Particles? Is it Uniquely? Is it Eternity? You make your decision around who's doing the most brilliant things on NFT innovation, because that's a market that we know is going to work. We know that it's going to work. We know Vitalik Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher are starting this Stoner Cats. We know this. NFT and DeFi, a mix between NFT and DeFi. That's Spores. Spores is a mix between NFT and DeFi. Uniquely also NFT and DeFi. So we know that that's going to work and that's going to be huge. Remember that the world of NFTs is going to have ETFs. It's going to have funds. People are going to raise funds and buy NFTs. You're going to have financing of NFTs. All of these are narratives that you need to keep looking out for. Let's go back to the narrative chart. Okay, so if we've got 5,000 likes, Freddie, watch the likes. When we get to 5,000, that's when we give away 9935. Okay. The next narrative, Polkadot. Well, no, let's do Cardano first. August is Cardano month, right? So August is Cardano month. Gogan goes live in August. Smart contracts should be going live in August. And then a whole lot of projects that are building on Cardano are all of a sudden going to surface. Don't wait until everything happens to buy the rush. Start thinking about the future, not the long future. The future is August. By the way, August is my birthday month, guys. 27th of August, I'm expecting a big Banter party wherever you are in the world. We're going to smash it up. We're going to... Maybe that day will be the day that Cardano smart contracts launch. Or maybe it'll be August 27th, 2027. 2022. Jimmy the sound guy says. Okay, so the narrative for me is Cardano. Don't miss Cardano. We know that there's a lot of shit happening on Cardano because when smart contract launches, Cardano enters the fray, and that's happening in August. Start positioning yourself now. What's going to happen on Cardano? Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. DEXs. Are you invested in any Cardano DEXs? No. Well, invest in some Cardano DEXs. Oracles. Are you invested in Cardano Oracles? No. So invest in some Cardano Oracles. I don't know if you guys saw this. Charlie3 tweeted this morning. Watch this. Lots of fun. Let me make it bigger. Okay, so Charlie3 is launching. Charlie3 is ready to launch, and they're just waiting for smart contracts to launch, and they could be the next Oracle on Cardano. Giro Wallet is launching, but now may be a good time to start thinking about all the projects that are launching on Cardano and how you're going to get into them. We've always said we're big supporters of CardStarter, we're big supporters of OCAM. Those are the two launch pads, and they're going to be bringing a lot of projects to Cardano. But you need to be looking at Cardano. Oh God, it's a stupid bird again. Yes, I know it's a Cardano bird. Yes, we spoke about this. The Cardano bird went to Charles, and we know, Fred, we know. OCAM, Charles, we know this. We know this. We've spoken about this. OCAM, yes, Fred, enough. We know. No, we just hope that Fred says we just hope the Cardano bird doesn't land up like the Amazon bird. It's a real tragedy what happened to that Amazon bird. Real tragedy. Real tragedy. Just show them the Amazon bird again. Okay, so that's, let's hope the Cardano bird doesn't land. The OCAM Cardano bird doesn't land up like the Amazon bird. Next narrative. So Cardano, August, Charlie3, Giro, Cards Wallet, anything that's building on Cardano, August. Don't wait until end August to buy it. Start thinking about what's the next narrative. Look around the corner. Try and look around the corner. And you make the most money when you take a chance about what's around the corner. If you're right, that's great. If you're wrong, you're going to lose a lot of money. That's the chance you take. That's why you take a small part of your portfolio and you do it with a small part of your portfolio. You got that? Amazing. All right, next narrative. What happens after Cardano, Freddie? Jimmy, what happens after Cardano? No. Polkadot. Polkadot happens after Cardano. Why do we like Polkadot? We're going to talk about that in a second, but quickly, let's talk about institutional DeFi. The next narrative that you should be looking at now, because you know it's going to happen, is institutional DeFi. You know why institutional DeFi is the next big narrative? Because the institutions are getting 0.01% return on their money if they invested in Chase Bank. And so what they're going to do is they're going to start looking for returns. And where are they going to look for returns? Surprise, crypto. So institutional DeFi, big narrative. I said to you guys a while back, if you want a small cap play, not a big play, I said to you, it's a small cap, very risky play, but I love this play. I love this play. It's called Saffron Finance. We spoke about it. You know I'm long. You know I've bought packets of this. The reason is this is a great way for institutions to lock in an interest rate. Institutions don't want volatility. They want guaranteed interest rates. And Saffron Finance is one of the protocols that does this. So that's another big narrative. Well, Grayscale is a DeFi fund. Yes, obviously, institutions want in on DeFi. But that's like investing in DeFi. I'm talking about institutions actually putting money to work on DeFi. You got it, like in on. Different application. The next narrative, which is going to be later, like probably October, is Polkadot and parachains. So we know that Kusama started with their parachain auctions. We know that a lot of Kusama have been locked up. And Kusama was doing really, really well, but then the bear market came and people lost interest. You know for sure that when the narrative of Polkadot starts, it's going to explode. And right now, Polkadot is cheap. When that narrative explodes, you're going to need to invest in the base layer around Polkadot. What is the base layer around Polkadot? DEXs. Who will be the winning DEX or the winning DEX chain on Polkadot? If you get that right, you're going to make a lot of money. Because the way Polkadot is structured is Polkadot is made up of a whole lot of parachains. It's a bridge chain, which connects a whole lot of side chains or parachains. Now, when all those parachains are alive, you're going to need a DEX to trade across all those chains, those 100 parachains. So imagine like 100 Ethereums with each one with their ERC tokens on it. And imagine a DEX that needs to accommodate the trading of an ERC token on the one chain and an ERC token on the other chain. I don't think I'm explaining this very well. I think I'm overcomplicating it. Yeah, if Fred's nodding his head. Sorry, Jimmy's nodding his head. You know what I'll do? I'm going to bring in David. Remember David, Deep Dive David? David is our analyst from the community who wrote an amazing report. The report is called The Next 100X Narrative. And of course, like everything on Banter, this report is Next 1000X. Oh, wow, it's a much bigger report than I thought. Well, the Next 1000X Narrative is a report which was written by Deep Dive David, and it talks about none other than DEXs on Polkadot. David, how are you, my friend?
Hey, I'm good. I'm glad to be back on the
Amazing.
show.
We love having you on the back. I am looking at super chats. You need to look at Binance. We will look at Binance. What else? Okay, Run. I'll drag these nuts 9935 miles across broken glass. Love you guys. Love you. All right, Dave. Why did you do a deep dive into DEXs on Polkadot? Of all the things that you could have done a deep dive about, why DEXs on Polkadot?
Well, quite frankly, because it's just one of the biggest narratives that will play out, and it's still super, super early. And we love to bring early stuff to the community, obviously.
Guys, if you are watching this is the new look of our reports. We've tried to make learning about crypto fun and playful. And a report doesn't have to be serious. You can have fun. Dave, why is the opportunity so big? Why is the opportunity on Polkadot so much bigger than the opportunity on, say, Ethereum?
Well, like he just was explaining a bit, Polkadot has many parachains, and you have to realize, all the viewers have to realize that these parachains can one parachain can be as big as Ethereum. And just imagine that Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Solana, Cardano would all be connected. And then imagine that there is a DEX where all the assets on all of these chains come together and get traded. Imagine the volume on such a DEX and the liquidity.
Insane if Polkadot works. So what happens now with these DEXs? I see that you wrote a report, not about a specific DEX, but I see that in the report you spoke about PolkaSwap, you spoke about PolkaDex, you spoke about HydraDex, you spoke about Matrix Swap, Swappery, all the other Ethereum DEXs. In a nutshell, or actually let's just get straight to the point. Who are the ones that you think are going to win the DEX narrative on Polkadot?
Right. So what I did is I actually went to different DEXs. I researched every DEX there is, and I found several that I think will all coexist because they all have a unique use case. So they can all coexist, and these are all very high potential to succeed. So all of them in the report are ones to look at.
So which one do you think, let's look at, for example, PolkaDex. What is it that you like about PolkaDex?
PolkaDex is what you call a hybrid DEX, and they combine basically decentralization, but with the features of a centralized exchange. So you have an order book, you have extremely fast transactions, I think 500,000 transactions per second, while you keep control of your own assets, so you don't give away your private keys.
Wow, insane. Okay, and if you were to compare, if I were to say to you, we like PolkaDex, what would be the next one that you like specifically? If I would say to you, David, you're going to put your money somewhere, you're going to put some money in PolkaDex, where else do you put money?
The first one, PolkaSwap. It's they've actually been on the show before. It's a really it's the biggest DEX so far. Also market cap comparison. And they actually have a great, amazing tokenomics. They are deflationary, and like almost all of the tokens have been given away to the community. People that trade on the DEX actually get PSwap as a reward.
And I know there's one launching called Matrix Swap. Matrix Swap is almost like a BitMEX in that it doesn't actually trade tokens, but it trades what's the word? It doesn't actually trade actual tokens, but it trades derivatives.
Derivatives, yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah, like it says, Matrix Swap is the one for degens.
Ah, exactly. That's the one. But that's the one probably for our community and for Jimmy, the sound guy over here. What's the risk or the risk or opportunity that Sushi Swap, Uniswap will all integrate into Polkadex already, into Polkadot as well?
Right. So it is already known. I think Sushi has already spoken out that they want to integrate into Moonbeam. So the thing with those is that they already have a big brand name and people are familiar with their user interface. So obviously they have a head start when it comes to that.
Alrighty, Davey, first of all, I want to congratulate you because I must say this is the best, most refreshing financial report I've ever seen in my entire life. I think the way that you have managed to take something that is really, really, really intimidating and actually make it fun, cartoony, really incredible in terms of just easy to read. I always struggle to read reports, but this feels like I'm reading a comic book. And it was just an absolute pleasure to read. Each one of these reports, each one of these DEXs were explained in 2 paragraphs, which was amazing. And I think you went and highlighted the risks pretty well, saying, Polkadot's not fully functioning yet. We haven't seen any of these projects in action. So it's a real beautiful, beautiful report that is well balanced. And I really want to congratulate you for what I think you did here. Was not only did you write a brilliant report, but you actually revolutionized the way that reports are written. I think that's what you did. So congratulations. Guys, this report is free. Like everything else at Crypto Banter, this report is free. You can download it. There's a link in the YouTube description link. Go to the link, put in your email address, and you will get the download link. I see Sheldon. Sheldon, are you playing Splinter?
I had to restart.
Okay, restart.
My
We're going to get
computer.
back. We're going to get back to you when you're playing with Arena. So Dave, congratulations, my friend. If anybody wants the report, it is free. You just need to go to the link. Get Freddie's, Jimmy's, just put it there. Oh, Dave, what is your Twitter? Deep Dive Dave. Is that right?
Deep Dive David. Yeah, Deep Dive David. I will be posting there from now.
And just a note to all the other channel. David is exclusive to Crypto Banter, and he's not for sale. And no, you can't have him on your team. I know everybody in the crypto world is going to want him after they see this report. Because this report, Dave, this report is a mindfuck. What you have managed to do here, the way that you have managed to do it, the way that this report looks, I've never, ever seen anything like it. Guys, go and have a look and then comment on Deep Dive Dave's Twitter.
I also want to add one thing to the community. PolkaSwap and Polkadex are both also really cheap right now. So just make sure you keep an eye on those.
I agree. But you got to look around the corner. You got to prep yourself for the next narrative, right? That's what you got to be doing. Dave, thank you, my friend. We'll chat to you soon. I know you're writing a new report, but this time on NFT gaming, right?
Exactly. Working hard on it.
Wow. Okay. I see we don't have 5,000 likes yet, so we're probably not going to give away Astro Bull number 99. What is it? 9935. Let's have a look here. How many likes have we got? 4,500. Okay, we've got 2 more minutes. So if we get the 5,000 likes, we'll give it away. If not, we'll give it away tomorrow. Okay, well, 4-3. Let's see if we can get the likes. Let's do it. Yeah, guys. That's what I wanted to show you. We're not saying that the bear market is over. We're saying if you believe the indicators and you think everything is good and you want to start investing and you want to start looking around the corner and to future narratives, we've given you 5 amazing narratives that you can start investing in. I think that they are absolutely amazing. Just to quickly look at what they are. No, not that. NFT play to earn games happening right now. NFT innovation, any NFT innovation also happening soon. Polkadot coming in October, I think. Cardano coming in August. Cardano is August month. And then institutional DeFi. Look out for those narratives. Start thinking beyond NFTs, in-game assets and NFTs innovations. We have 1 more minute. We can do some super chats for 1 more minute. And if we get 5,000 likes, we will give away. Which guy? But only if it's 5,000 likes, Freddie. Otherwise, it's tomorrow. Let's refresh just to make sure we're not stealing from our own community. So close, so close. 4-6. This could happen. All right, we got I'm watching the clock. You got 1 minute left. 1 minute left. 1 minute left to give away. Are we going to get to 5,000 likes in the next minute? So close. Oh, tomorrow. You know who's coming on the show tomorrow? I'll tell you who's coming on the show tomorrow. You know who's coming on the show tomorrow. Tomorrow, right? Is it tomorrow? Exactly. As I have been predicting. He's coming on the show tomorrow to tell us what he is predicting. What is he predicting? Alrighty, people, we didn't get our 5,000 likes. We do love you madly. We will see you again tomorrow, and we will give away number 9935 tomorrow. So we will see you all tomorrow. 6 a.m. EST, then again at 10 a.m. EST. Until then, have a beautiful day out there and trade well, my friends.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and then they got go.